So my story is I'm 24 years old, so I'm still pretty young and probably only a couple years older than all of you. I graduated high school in 2014. I'm not from a big city. I didn't, go to an elite private high school. I didn't have, I had sort of a normal, sort of middle class Midwest type upbringing. I just dreamed of going to an Ivy League school. And one day in 2014, I got rejected from every single Ivy League school on the same day. So that was sort of the first part of my career-making story that was unexpected and kind of pushed me into a more unconventional career trajectory. That today, looking back on it, I'm very happy that happened because I ended up in a much better spot and in much better circumstances, for me and my career path. So I ended up going to college at NYU Stern, as Tasha mentioned. I picked up the finance major. I had always wanted to live in New York. I dreamed of living in New York since I was a kid. And they had a really great business program. I had always enjoyed math and finance, and I knew nothing about the finance world going in. To me, business meant I was going to open up a store in my small hometown, right? That was sort of the frame of reference that I had. I didn't know anything about the financial world. I showed up on campus and everyone wanted to be an investment banker, and I had no idea what that was. I said I wanted to be an investment banker too, to fit in with everyone else, and I honestly had no idea what they did. So I was sort of pushed into that path and started taking classes and attending workshops and seminars in those areas and thinking that was what I wanted to do because that was what most of the people in my school were doing. I took some internships in traditional finance. I did a variety of different internships throughout my college career. I worked for Morgan Stanley in private wealth management for a while. I worked at a small micro-lending fund, which was really awesome and mission-driven. I worked briefly for a helicopter company over summer. So I tried out a variety of different things, all in sort of the more traditional financial realm, doing more traditional finance work. And it really was not a fit for me primarily culturally. I'm much more of a small company person. I have much more of that startup mentality. I like working on small teams with, 3 or 4 people and being flexible and being creative, being innovative. So learning through all those experiences, doing all those different internships, path was not really for me. But still felt kind of pressured to go in that direction. And then during this time, towards the end of my freshman year, I also had the opportunity to start a company, which I totally fell into. That wasn't something that I ever saw myself doing. I always thought that I would get a job at a big company and, climb the corporate ladder and work my way up to the top. Not having a lot of knowledge about the business world, that was just what I thought everybody did. So a friend of mine and I entered a case competition my freshman year for social impact entrepreneurship. And we put a pitch together, an idea for a business that we had come up with literally the night before. It was just something that we thought would look good on our resume for all these investment banking jobs we were applying for. And to our complete surprise, we ended up winning the competition. And the prize for the competition was $20,000 of seed stage investment to start this company. So here I am, my freshman year, confused about what I want to do, feeling like I need to do something in traditional finance, trying out all these internships and seeing that they're not a fit for me. And then all of a sudden I end up randomly with a startup that has $20,000 that I need to spend now. And now I'm obligated to start and build this company. And the company was in education technology. We were called MyDrop. We were a digital platform for connecting students with community service opportunities. I ran the company for about 2 years alongside my business partner, who was a great friend from school, and we did everything completely wrong. We were the worst entrepreneurs ever. I was the worst CEO. We had no idea what we were doing. We made every startup mistake in the book. Spent all the money, completely ran the company into the ground, failed miserably, and I got so much out of it. I'm so grateful for having that experience, being able to be a founder and even being able to be a failed founder. That it was just so incredible. In my opinion, being in college was the best time to start a startup. There was tons of really awesome resources and opportunities at NYU for entrepreneurship, as well as it just being a really good time of your life. Like, you're totally free, you're expected to be exploring, you're expected to be failing and, screwing around. So I did that for 2 years, closed down the company during my junior year. And at this time, I had been speaking with a brand new VC called Quake Capital.